Clay McKinney, Developer On-Ramp, Introduction to HTML. This is the section on forms. So let's get started with that. We've got our template filled out. Let's start with the form tag. The form tag creates a form element. The form element is where we're going to put all of our controls that's going to send name value pairs to the server or to JavaScript or to wherever we're sending it. We need to make a couple of controls too so that this can get going. The first one I want to make is a text box. That uses the input tag, and text box is the default, but there's a bunch of other different kinds of inputs you can make too, but we'll just leave it as an input. I mentioned that these were going to turn in name value pairs, so we have to name the field that we're going to turn in. So normally you would say name equals first name or credit card number or birthday or whatever it is. Whatever piece of information you're wanting to put in that field, you would name it that. In this case, for purposes of my own, I want to name the field hello. Okay, so we've got a field named hello. Now we need to be able to submit it, so we need a submit button. That's also an input, but we have an attribute that tells it that it's a submit button, and the submit button means it's going to send it, right? So you say type equals submit. Okay, now let's see what this is going to do. Let's save it. And let's see, I've closed my browser window because my browser crashed. So we'll open it back up. All right, let's type in world. Okay, submit. So this is the default text for the submit button for Edge, because we're using Edge. Other browsers might say something different, but we just didn't tell it what to say. So it says that submit query. And look up here. See, what it did was it took the information from our form and it appended it to the URL as a name value pair. So this is the name of our field, hello, and this is the value of our field. We typed world. Hello world. That is the traditional programmer's greeting when you learn something in a new language. Ever since they wrote the book on the C language. All right, so this bit here, the question mark, that separates the name value pairs from the regular part of the URL, right? And this bit here is called the query string, the whole thing. No matter how many, it's usually more than one name value pair, and the whole thing is called the query string. All right, so we've filled out a form. It made a query string. That's awesome. So you could post that, you could handle that with JavaScript, handle it with a server, and you could take these two pieces of information and deal with it however you want to. And we're going to be getting to that in our later classes when we start talking about JavaScript and server-side programming and that sort of thing. Your first form. That's fun, right? Forms are cool. And there's all sorts of other things you can do with them. This is the most bare bones form I could think of to write. All right. Have a good day.